Are you repeatedly having negative thoughts? It seems that this loop will never break. If you have been suffering from negative thinking loop, then this video is surely for you. Hello my dear ones. I am Dr. Kashika Jain. I am a clinical psychologist. In this video, I will explain in detail about why you keep getting stuck into the loop of negativity, what keep reinforcing negativity in your brain, and how to get rid of this negative thought loop. So stay tuned. Before I begin, I want you to download my app. Just type my name, Dr. Kashika Jain. You will find my mobile app, download it, and experience meditation every day. Now let's understand. It's okay to have some negative thoughts because we all have some negative thoughts. Some thoughts are repetitive, some negative thoughts are making us anxious, fearful, but it's okay. We all have negative thoughts. But real problem arises when we have those negative thoughts repetitively. It feels like we are in a loop of negative thoughts. Now, it's important to understand why we keep having the repetitive negative thoughts. So, reasons are many, like you have negative thinking patterns in your brain because in the past you repeated some actions, you acted on your thoughts, and you did not realize that those repetitive actions or your thinking pattern reinforcing the negative thinking loop and making the negativity loop more stronger. This is one of the reason. Another reason is when you have unresolved issues, especially connected to deep emotions in your brain, you did not address them, so they keep haunting you. Your brain keep reminding you about the unresolved traumas, issues, experiences, because that's really important for your brain to ensure your safety. So you need to resolve all those traumatic experiences. Likewise, another reason is you have some painful memory. When you have some painful memory, so your amygdala, which is emotional center in your brain, keep contacting to hippocampus, that's the memory center in your brain. They keep chatting with each other, and gradually they develop a pattern to constantly remind you about that painful memory. So you need to understand, unless you release pain from that memory, your brain won't stop to remind you about that memory, and you will start having, or you will keep having, the negative thoughts. And also understand, when you interpret something wrong, means you fail to identify your distorted thinking patterns and you keep giving the meaning to the situation, people negatively. You already know what are the distortions. Distortions are automatic thinking thought patterns which are unhelpful, irrational, illogical, but seems to be logical. It's so confusing sometimes to catch the irrational negative thought patterns because they are automatic and feels very real. But by practice, you can catch these distorted thought patterns. If you keep thinking in distorted way, if you keep assuming, you claim that you know what's the intention behind someone's behavior, this is called mind reading, or you generalize your past experiences, you don't separate past experiences from the current situation, or you keep forecasting about the future. Likewise, there are so many distorted thinking patterns. If you start giving or keep giving the distorted meaning to anything, then you get stuck into the negative thinking loop. Likewise, in your brain, if you don't understand this concept that whatever you repeat, that becomes stronger and If you are simply thinking or actually doing something, both are same for your brain. Even if you're just thinking in negative way, your neurons fires and wires, and they fire and wire and make the strong pattern. So understand, you are into the loop of negativity because you are continuously repeating few mistakes. You are not addressing the root cause of your problem. Likewise, one other reason is unmet psychological needs. So we have lots of psychological needs like we want attention, love, care, support. If any of these needs are unmet and you keep having emotional disturbance about it, then also you get stuck into the negative thinking loop because your brain wants to ensure your safety. And these unmet need creates lots of distress, and you repeatedly think that this need is to be fulfilled. You keep demanding from your loved ones, and still you feel nobody is fulfilling my all these needs. So that stress, that mental or physical emotional fatigue increases the level of cortisol and adrenaline in your brain. And you feel that now you are having even more negative thoughts because chronic stress doesn't matter from where it is coming, like it's financial stress, relationship stress, career stress, physical stress, or just psychological stress, irrespective of its source. Stress, chronic stress especially, plays a very vital role in this negative thinking loop. So you need to understand the source of your stress as well as why you keep having the negative thoughts repetitively. So these were the few reasons that your brain is maintaining that loop, and again repetitively you are having negative thinking. So understand, your brain gives you suggestion, not the order. And your brain is giving you suggestion based upon your past experiences or references you have collected so far, and also based upon your interpretations. So whatever you experience or collect as references or interpret means you give meaning to something, that all stored in your brain as your memory. And based upon your memory, your brain loves to assume and offers you variety of suggestion throughout the day in the form of images, in the form of thoughts, urges, sensations. But you need to understand, you're not supposed to fight with all those auto suggestions. You need to change the experiences. You need to collect new references. You need to learn to give right meaning to situation, people, or events. And when you collect new things as experiences, references, and you learn to give new correct meaning to everything, then your brain process the new information and you automatically start having new positive realistic suggestions. So do not fight with the negativity, do not fight with the thoughts, don't try to suppress them, because the more you suppress them, more they express in different ways. Because in the past you have suppressed your feelings, you took stress, and you did not resolve your traumas, your painful memories, and now you are suffering. So understand, my dear ones, do not fight with the negativity, otherwise, negativity will spiral. Simply learn to deal with the automatic suggestions and feed your mind with the positivity to get automatic positive suggestions. So now, here is the solution part of this video. And I really appreciate you are still watching this video. Stay tuned. So understand, to break the negative thinking loop, first step is to be aware. Be aware, catch the thought, name it, to tame it. And second step is acceptance. Accept that you are having this thought. It is just a suggestion from your brain, not an order that you have to follow it. Accept it. Just simply observe it, and let it pass. And third is reframe it, catch it, and check it to understand. So you need to challenge the thought to understand, not to fight. Because when you check the facts, like for example, you can check what are the evidences supporting my thought and what are the evidences against this thought. Am I looking at all the evidences or just what supports my thought? Or is my thinking is a black and white or reality is something different? Am I magnifying this thought? Am I overgeneralizing? Like these kind of questions you can ask to challenge this thought to understand actually. And once you understand, you get the clarity and you catch your distortions, then create a new thought because you always have power to replace your thought. So change your thought. And now the fourth step is to replace it. And how it will replace? When you will start taking action based upon your new thought. Because you just created a thought. But unless you take action, it doesn't become your reality. To make it your reality, now start acting on your thought. Take actions. Also, you can practice affirmation, mindfulness, and practice mindfulness, take actions, meditate, affirm. All these, your efforts, will change the patterns in your brain. And you will successfully replace the patterns in your brain. And yes, my dear ones, the most important part is this. You need to address the root cause of this negativity. You need to resolve the trauma you have been holding. You need to release the pain from the memory. And also, you need to work upon the unmet needs. You need to release your stress, fatigue. You need to learn to express your point assertively. Because in the past, you suppressed a lot or aggressively reacted to something. So, aggression or suppression, both are unhelpful. Rather, they are threatening. They are destructive patterns. So you need to learn to express yourself assertively. So now, a gentle reminder, I have already made a video about this, how you can assertively express your point. Go and watch that video if you haven't watched it yet. So learn to express your feelings assertively. Work upon your root cause so that you remove the root and you plant a new seed and you take care of that seed and help it to grow to a plant. So understand, my dear ones, this way if you work, you heal yourself from the root. And when you feed yourself with the positivity, you give right meaning to the situation, event, and people. You start collecting new experiences, new references. You surround yourself with the positive people. You exercise, you meditate, you do everything mindfully. When you train your brain and body again, then your brain and body both start working in your favor. And you automatically feel calm, relaxed, all the happy emotions. And also, your brain gives you positive suggestions. So this way you can train your body and brain to work for you, not work against you. Keep this in mind. Your brain is programmed to scan the negativity because this is the nature of the brain. In the evolution process, brain has evolved. Incredibly, it has evolved. But with the two limitation, it still believes that better safe than sorry policy, and also imagination and reality, it cannot differentiate. So with this two modern downside, your brain has incredibly evolved, but the primary motive of your brain is to scan the threats from the environment externally as well as from your internal environment. I hope you got the clear message that you need to train your brain to look for the positivity, to be grateful, and to collect the positive experiences from the environment and clean your internal environment if you really want to have positive auto suggestions. So my dear ones, if this video touched your heart, please do share this video with others as well, and do subscribe my channel. Be happy, take care of yourself really well. I'll see you in the next video.